Meanwhile, in just 2 days, Border Patrol agents in the Del Rio sector have rescued two 5-year-old girls trying to cross the border alone in 2 separate incidents. Why is this not a bigger story? But as the crisis at our own southern border grows, President Biden's deploying troops to protect Ukraine's border, so to speak, or at least NATO's border near the Ukraine. Arizona gubernatorial candidate Steve Gaynor writes this. I am incensed that Mr. Biden is sending American soldiers and tax dollars to shore up the Ukrainian border, while Arizona and our fellow border states are subject to a full-scale invasion caused by his policy. He joins us now. Steve, what made you equate the two in your column on Fox News?
Well, the Ukrainian border is something that Joe Biden is paying attention to, putting American resources at risk. It's a potential invasion, but what we have in Arizona is an actual invasion. We have people pouring across the border, drugs, trafficking. It's outrageous, and he's doing nothing.
And these unaccompanied minors just walk through. If this was a year and a half ago, this would be, how could President Trump have a policy that allows children to be caught alone at the border? But instead, it doesn't even make the radar on other channels.
Well, it's making the radar in Arizona. We know what's going on here, and it's intolerable. We know people are coming across every day. When I visited the border, there were hundreds of people waiting for the Border Patrol to pick them up. It's as if the Border Patrol is now Uber, taking people from the border to the airports and flying them all over the country.
I know you want to be the next governor of Arizona. One thing is also clear, your senators are MIA. As bold as Senator Sinema is, she never talks about the border. I don't know if Mark Kelly even wants to be noticed on surveillance video. So why don't they care? Is it about their party or about the country?
Brian, I think this is intentional. They're flooding our country with people who are illegal, but at the same time, people are coming into our country who really, I think, mean us no good. It's a national security issue, as well as an issue in Arizona. We have escalating crime, overdoses all over the place, and it's terrible.
In terms of Arizona, we put a lot of focus on Texas. Why haven't the National Guard been mobilized in Arizona like the National Guard has been mobilized in Texas?
I believe the Guard has been mobilized here to some degree, but we're overmatched. The sheriff's departments and Border Patrol itself, DPS, they're overwhelmed by the number of people who are coming across.
Steve?
Brian, I would ask you, yes.
Just real quick, the vice president was asked about this a few days ago, and she said the first thing we did as an administration is offer immigration reform, and nobody took it up in Congress. What's your answer to that?
The first thing they did is overturn the Trump administration policies, keeping people on the other side of the border, and gave the cartels an engraved invitation to just bring people in, and that's what they're doing. So I would ask your audience, go to my website, GaynorForGovernor.com. We can use all the help we can get here in Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously could. And when you talk about other nationalities, are you seeing other than Central America and South America? Who are you seeing?
Yes, we've seen people from Uzbekistan, Pakistan, and countries in the Middle East. It's clear to me when I visited the border, there are a lot of Spanish-speaking people, no Mexicans, Central American and Cubans, but there are people from other parts of the world that don't belong here.
Costing us a ton of money, a lot in security, and peace of mind. Steve Gaynor, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.